This is the video to help you learn one of your very favorite songs. One of the first things that you need to be able to do is count and keep a steady beat. Here's that favorite song. Okay, notice when you have 3 notes together and you see the 3, this is called a triplet. So we're going to count this for now, triplet. Use 3 syllables, and we're going to use our tas. Follow the flashlight. I'm going to do it 2 times, and then you can count along the second time. Watch the flashlight. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah. T. Did you see the 8th notes at the end? Okay, so when we have a half note, we're going to say ta, ah, because the half note is held for 2 beats. When we see a quarter note, we're just saying ta, because the quarter note is held for 1 beat. The triplet has to fit in 1 beat. Triplet. 3 8th note triplets fit into 1 beat. Okay, so let's do it together. I'm going to count to 3, and then we'll start. You say the words out loud with me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ah. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, T. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, remember, when we have a half note gets 2 beats. So we have to say ta, ah. A quarter note gets 1 beat. So we just say ta. There's 3 8th note triplets in 1 beat. So for this one, we're saying triplet. 3 of them in 1 beat, triplet. Okay, so let's try it. We're going to come in on beat 4. I'll count to 3, and then we'll start on beat 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, ta. Triplet, ta, ah, T. How'd you do? Now, let's just take a moment and let's actually write in the counts so you understand what's going on. Here's beat 1 and 2, beat 3, and then beat 4. Always know where the beat is. Make sure you know where the numbers fall. Okay, so I'm going to count it 1 time with the numbers. Okay, here we go. I'm going to be saying la-lee on the triplets. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 4 la-lee. 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 1, 2, 3. 4 and. Okay, so what I want you to do is look at your music. Practice counting with your ta, ti, ta, and your ta, triplet ta. Practice that way. Also practice counting with your 1, 2, 3, 4 lolly. Practice it both ways. Understand the counts. Really be good at your counting before you go on to the next step. Super important. get good at counting, have fun, and then I'll see you in the next video to learning this great piece. Bye for now.
Are you ready to continue? Focus power. Keep listening. Work hard so you can learn this piece.
Hi, let's continue where we left off. We're now going to be on the second page of your great Star Wars. Page 2, you're going to have to focus more on your eighth notes. So on the eighth notes, remember the way that we count those are ta, ta, then ti, 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 ti. When you look at this page, some of you have asked a question and you look right here and you go, wait, what's that? There's nothing strange about those eighth notes except the right hand plays the first one and then the left hand plays the second one. That's why it's beamed from the treble staff down to the bass staff. So here we have 2 quarter notes, then we have 4 eighth notes beamed together. Then we have a quarter note, then we have 2 eighth notes beamed together, then 2 eighth notes beamed together. Do that with me. Ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, 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 ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti. Okay, we can put in the beats. We know where they go. You need to always know where is the beat. And you should also practice with a metronome so it helps you find your beat. Now let's look. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Notice the beat. The numbers always stay steady. Let's try it again. Keeping the steady beat. Are you ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Did you see what we did? We said a word for every note. Let's start at measure 11, and let's do our tas and our tt's. Remember, with a half note, it gets 2 beats. So we're going to go ta, ah. We have to give it 2 beats. You have to feel 2 heartbeats. Okay, let's try it. Measure 11. Ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, 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 ta, ta, ah, ti, ti. Let's talk about something that I see here. I see DS al coda. Ha! What's that? Dal segno al coda. What that means is it means you go back. It's a type of repeat. You go back and look for the sign. See the sign that looks like a fancy S? We're going to go back and look for that. And then we're going to play from that point until we see the coda. Once we see the coda, we're going to jump. We're going to skip a section and we're going to jump to right there where the red box is. So now I'm going to tell you it happens on the first page. I'm going to take you back there in just a minute. When we get here, we're going to repeat. We're going to go back and find the sign, and we're going to play from the sign forward until we see where it tells us to jump. And where we jump to is right here, and we play the last measure. Are you ready to take a look and see where we jump? Let's look. Oh, look, there's the sign. Look at that. Did you notice that before? Did you wonder what it was? So when we get almost to the end of the piece, to the DSL coda, we come back to here and you start playing there again and you keep going. You keep going. You keep going. And look what I just saw. Look what I just saw. 2 coda. So right there when you get to the end of the first page the second time, that's when you jump. You jump to here. You can do it. So now you know a new term. Study it. Remember it. DSL coda is a type of repeat. DS means you go back to the sign and then you play until you see to coda and then you find the coda. That symbol right there is a coda. See if I can zoom in. There's a coda right there. All right, clap and count. You're still clapping and counting in this video. You're practicing with your counts and you're practicing with your tas and your TTs and your triplets, getting good at your counts, because a steady beat is very important. Make sure you understand your steady beat before you continue on. And I'll see you in the next video.
Are you ready to continue? Focus power and keep listening. Work hard so you can learn this piece.
There's only a little bit more to go. There's only a little bit more to go. Okay, this is the last video that I'm going to make where you're not actually playing the piece. I want to just point out a couple of things. Always before we play a piece, we want to make sure we understand the counts, and we want to also make sure we understand the notes. So we want to look with our eyes all the way through the piece really well before we start playing the piece. So let's take a good look. We do have a treble clef and a bass clef in our grand staff. The time signature is 4/4. 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note equals 1 beat. We have a pickup measure. We've already talked about that in the other video. A pickup measure is an incomplete measure at the beginning of the piece. So we'll be starting on beat 4. We'll be starting with a nice full sound forte. Notice your left hand is going to rainbow over to play that C. Okay, so your left hand is going to play your G's. Then, while your right hand is playing the first complete measure, while your right hand is playing measure 1, go ahead and let your left hand be rainbow over and get ready to play that C. And then your right hand continues and your right hand plays the notes in the orange box. And then your left hand, once again, do you see LH over? The left hand plays the high C. I'm going to demonstrate that in the next video for you. But then your right hand plays the orange box. And then your left hand is back where we're used to having our left hand down there with the G's. But notice each time that each time that C is played, the left hand rainbows over. Make sure you pay attention to that. Go ahead and cross your hand over. Left hand rainbows over and plays it. I wanted to point that out to you in this video. Okay, so take a look at it. What's fun to do is if you actually tap it on the table. 4 lolly, 1, 2, 3. 4 lolly and cross over. 1, 2, 3. 4 lolly, 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 1, 2, 3. Tap it on a table. Get good practice before you try it on the piano. That helps. Challenge question. Where is beat 4? Look, 1, 2 lolly, 3. Where's beat 4? Challenge time. Use your brain. See if you can figure it out. You got it made in the shade. All right, have fun practicing, and I'll see you in the next video, and we will start playing this piece. Bye for now.
You are brave and you are strong. When life gets tough, you have a song. Take it wherever you go and let it remind